Hello, it's Dr. Meg here. I really want to help breeders out there get their breeder website right. There's so many confusing options for breeders on, which kind of website to create. Shall I do it myself on Weebly or Wix or GoDaddy Website Builder? Should I get someone else to build it for me? Should I join one of those breeder platforms, breeder website platforms? So I've done a bit of an audit of all of them. I'm going to show you exactly how I tested them so you'll be able to see which ones actually do work and which do not. And I hope this will be of use to you. I have seen so many breeders waste years and thousands of dollars taking the wrong road and the wrong option here. Okay, so I will be covering some of the worst breeder website pitfalls that I have seen and common traps for breeders. Most of us are not tech savvy. It's very easy to get sucked into the wrong thing. So let me show you how to choose an option that actually works for your breeder website. So we're going to cover why getting it right matters so much. I mean, why have a good website anyway? What some of the common mistakes are. We're going to cover the cheap do-it-yourself option, we're going to cover the website platform option, the website developer option, and how to get it right. Hello, it's Dr. Meg here from Marketing for Breeders, and I'm the mentor in the program Elite Breeder Formula, where I train breeders on how to get to the top of the market. But today I'm going to be talking about breeder website options and how to choose one that works. So we're going to go looking at actual options that are out there, and we're going to test them and see how they perform and help you figure out what you should be doing. So what we're going to cover today is why getting it right matters. Like, why build a website in the first place? Why do we want it to get to the top of Google? What difference does it make? Common website mistakes that I see over and over again. And we're going to go through some options. The cheap do-it-yourself option, the website platform option, the website developer option, and how to get it right. Now, often what I see is people start with the cheap do-it-yourself option. They'll persist with that for a while. When it's clear it's not working, they'll either move to a breeder website platform, or they'll engage a website developer to create their website for them and often spend thousands of dollars. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, this doesn't get them any better result than the cheap do-it-yourself option did in the first place. So let's figure out how to do this right and how to actually check and see what the performance is of the option you are thinking of. So why should you get it right? Why does it matter? Well, the point is, if you want to sell puppies at the top end of the market to top-end buyers, they have a certain kind of behaviour, and their behaviour is to Google for information about your breed and other breeds they're considering before they ever approach a breeder. So we have to be there on Google at the top of the search engine results, aligned on our website with the questions that those people are asking. And if we're not ranking at the top of Google, then we're not going to be seen by that particular high-end buyer. That's why it matters. Unfortunately, it's impossible to stand out in puppy marketplaces if you are just a mediocre breeder of medium to low standard, when puppy marketplaces are fine. But if you are an exceptional breeder and doing a lot more than other breeders do, you really have your heart in it, you're dedicated, then puppy marketplaces are a very difficult place for the right kind of buyer to find you and identify you in all that noise. Unfortunately, you can be the top of social media, but it only attracts tire kickers. So some people are teaching that breeders, all they have to do is do lots of videos on YouTube or have lots of social media. But unfortunately, that is not going to attract the right kind of people. You think about it. Most people go on social media because they want to be entertained. And they don't go there specifically to buy a puppy. They might come across your post or your video and think that's really cute. And then the idea might occur to them, oh, I wonder how much they are. They're really cute. So you might get a how much are they kind of query from social media, but not actually serious qualified buyers. In fact, one of the breeders who joined my program about 6 months ago has got 1.4 million followers on Instagram, and yet she still needs a good website because that wasn't doing it for her. Those people were all over the world and they weren't necessarily buyers for her puppies. And top-end buyers actually do their research on Google, so you've got to rank on Google for them to find you. So here's a bit of information for you. If you appear in top 1 or 2 positions on Google search, for example, Schnauzer Puppies Western Australia, where I live, my Facebook page and my website are both number 1 and 2. Number 1 and 2 get clicked about 32% of the time. When you compare that to the bottom 4 positions on the first page of Google, they only get clicked 3% of the time. So the difference is 10 times different. So if you are at the top of Google, you're likely to get 10 times the number of inquiries as someone at the bottom. And you'll see if you are a website at the top of Google for an individual breeder and the marketplaces are coming down at the bottom, not only are they getting clicked only 3% of the time, but you're also, once they are clicked, you're also one of maybe 10 to 20 or even more breeders, which dilutes the attention even more. Now, one thing I need to say though here is even a bad website can rank until a breeder who knows what they're doing comes along. The fact is that most breeder websites are terrible. I have seen thousands of them. Usually they're just pretty pictures of puppies and pretty pictures of parent dogs and, you know, not much content. Google is a content engine, but a bad website that's not set up properly but has some content on it, which is actually applicable to the breed that they're selling, can rank, but that will only happen and only work for those websites until a breeder who knows what they're doing and has a properly functioning website comes along. So here we go to the first option, the cheap do-it-yourself option, and there are some pitfalls in this. So we have some drag and drop platforms out there. I'll be looking at them in a minute. But most of the mistakes that come from do-it-yourself platforms is from lack of guidance. If you don't have the right guidance, your website can turn out really pretty, but it might not work for you if you don't know what you're doing. It's not that cheap compared to the best options out there, but it is better than nothing. So if you're not going to do anything else and you don't have a website yet, at least get a website started, because a website that's been around for a while is much quicker to turn around than one that's starting from scratch. We're talking weeks compared to months, and time is important. So a quick look at GoDaddy. You need the search engine optimization option there. So you're looking at about $18 a month. And then you need professional email as well if you want to stand out as a professional person. So that adds $4.50 a month. So what are we looking at? About $22, $23 a month? That's pretty expensive, but at least it's easy to get it set up and you can get started pretty quickly on that. Wix, fairly expensive. You've got the light one there, which can work okay for you. We'll give you a domain. It's free for a year. No branding, $16 a month, pretty cheap. Weebly, unfortunately, Weebly doesn't always have proper mobile-friendly qualities. Often doesn't look very good on mobile devices. You absolutely need the SSL security. The professional level here is the best because it also gets rid of ads. You don't really want ads on your website. That's about 15 Australian dollars, which would probably be about, I don't know, 10, 12 US dollars. So the sort of mistakes I see over and over again for people who haven't got good guidance when they're doing it themselves is they don't have a privacy policy. Now, Google wants to send people to websites that they consider to be a safe place. And if you don't openly respect people's privacy by having a privacy policy that Google can crawl on your website, then that's going to be a negative for you. And most websites have way too many photos, and that tends to slow the website down. That's another thing Google looks for. How quick is the website? Google knows that people have got pretty short little attention spans, and if a website takes more than a second or two to load, they're probably going to just bounce out of it. So it does look for fast websites. So don't have loads of photos on there. You absolutely need content. You need information about your breed. You've got to be talking about your breed. If you just have photos, it's not going to work. As I said before, Google is an information engine. Most of the time I see zero use of popular search phrases, which I'll go into a bit more in a second just to show you and demonstrate what I mean. And I also see websites all the time that are not secure. So they're the common mistakes. So let's look at some of the website platforms, the breeder website platforms. And I'm not going to identify particular platforms here. I don't want to point at particular platform providers, but, they are real platforms that I've only just looked at this week. So you can figure it out for yourself. So on website platforms, they've already got like an easy use kind of interface that you can go in there. It's already set up for dog breeders, and you just plug your information in there. It's do it yourself, relatively cheap, and the usual mistakes are from lack of guidance. So one that I looked at was $19.95 a month US, drag and drop, simple building of the pages. Their sites were secure, which was great, but they got the rest wrong. And here's a couple of examples. And it's not their fault. It's because people were left to their own devices. And of course, they didn't know what they were doing, so they did the mistake. So this is the one, though, that they set up as their showcase site example. And I've covered up any identifying kind of information on the site, but it had the website address /nursery. So, basically, if someone is looking for puppies and they type the word nursery into Google, well, there's a chance that this page will rank. But who does that? If someone's looking for golden retriever puppies, they're going to type golden retriever puppies into Google, aren't they? They're not going to type nursery in there. So this is a mistake I see over and over. It's the first thing I check when I go to a website to see if they know what they're doing is, their puppy for sale page. Is it properly optimized? So there's no optimization. Their showcase breeder site example had way too many photos. It had no content. And when I checked its ranking on Google, it was not ranking at all. So that one didn't work. The next one I looked at, Platform 2, breeder website Platform 2, was $10 to $20 US a month. Again, you build it. Their sites were secure, so that was good. Again, the same examples, the same problems. Our puppies instead of whatever the breed was, puppies for sale. The same mistakes over again and not ranking. Now, the next option that people often go to is they go, I tried drag and drop, doing it myself, going on platforms. It didn't work. So now I'm going to bite the bullet and pay a website designer thousands of dollars to create a beautiful website for me. And that should work. If I spend all that money, I should end up with a website that ranks. So I tested that. I tested some of the big ones out there. But what I found was you get a pretty website, but you don't get much actual performance of that website for your dollars. They're just not optimized enough, and they are easy to beat. So what did we get? I will now want to show you how to check website designers to see how good they actually are. So website designers always leave their name at the bottom of a website, built by great website designs or whatever. So the best way to check is first look at their website to see if they have testimonials that you can follow and Google and check them out. or they have what they call their showcase customers, like this, look at this great website, look at that great website that we built. So check for that first. Now, if they're not there, then Google the name of the website developer in inverted commas on Google and the word puppies. So, for example, if the name of the website designer is Great Websites, then you would Google Great Websites, inverted commas, and the word puppies to find the websites where those developers had done their work. Then once you know which websites they are, discard any that are built 2024 because they haven't had time to work yet. It's too soon. Brand new websites need at least 6 months to start working. Find out where the breeder in question is located and their most popular breed, and then Google it. So you might have to go to their Facebook page, or you might have to go looking through their website to see where is this breeder located, what is their main breed. Once you know that, you can go to Google and say it's Cocker Spaniel Puppies Montana. Then you can type Cocker Spaniel Puppies Montana into Google and see where they come out. Are they ranking or not? They should be ranking if it worked. If they're not on the first page of Google, it hasn't worked because, as I said before, it's easy to beat breeder websites. Most breeder websites are terrible. If you know what you're doing, you can beat your competition, hands down. So Website Designer 1, I looked at, charges $4,000 to create your website, $250 to put a page up, and $575 a year to maintain your website. If you stop paying, you lose your website. Now, when I checked, I found their sites were secure. Their sites had a privacy policy, which was awesome. That was better than other ones I looked at. Their sites, however, got the rest wrong. And there's something to be said here too, is that when you create a website, it should be your property rather than a website designer having control over it. So if you stop paying them, you lose your website. That's just not fair, especially when you've paid $4,000 to get it set up. It should be yours. Anyway, that's an aside. So their first showcase breeder site that I checked, again, available puppies. Did it have Cavalier King Charles puppies on there? No. And it's actually quite an ugly site. Just lots of photographs, not enough information, very, very ugly, didn't work. Not in the first 3 pages of Google search results I checked. The second one they put as a showcase breeder site, again, no optimization. It's just got available puppies. It's just got available puppies and, you know, doesn't actually have anything that matches the words people put into Google when they're searching for those puppies. Not on the first page of Google search results either. Their third showcase breeder site, again, same problem. At least they had mini golden doodles up there, so they had a search term, but it wasn't ranking because they didn't have enough content. It's just photographs. So then I looked at a different designer. This one was a lot more reasonable in price. They only charged $70 to create your website, and then it cost $35 a month subscription. Again, if you stop paying, you lost your website. Their sites were secure, but their sites had no privacy policy, and they got the rest wrong. This is their first showcase breeder. I think you know by now that the word litters is not going to help Google connect your breed to your buyers. No one types litters into Google when they're looking for puppies, do they? They don't just type the word litters. It was a very old website, 2020, or very old compared to some of the others. It was on the bottom of the first page for breed 1, not on the first 3 pages of Google search results for the other breeds. So it was limited success, best of a bad lot, easy to beat. The second showcase breeder site, again, upcoming litters. You know, that's not going to help anyone to find this page, but it did manage to get to the bottom of page 2. So that's about position number 20. which would do very little to help this breeder actually get any customers. Then I looked at Designer 3. You have to contact them for pricing, so goodness knows what they charge. Their sites were secure. They had privacy policy, but again, they got the rest wrong. I think you get the drill by now. Same mistakes as before. Designer 4 was $99 to $124 a month if you built it. Undisclosed money if they built it. Their sites were secure, but no privacy policy, no optimization, too many photos, not enough content, and the content was not optimized. So pretty bad. Poor you guys. I mean, what are you supposed to do when these are the choices that you've been given out there? It's really difficult, isn't it? So what actually works? I want to show you results from Elite Breeder Formula students so you can see what actually works out there. And I encourage you to go and check how your own site is going, and also the sites which have been built by providers and developers that you are thinking of using, just to make sure they actually do work. I'm going to tell you what they all did differently, and I'm going to invite you to a free online class for more information if you want to. So these are some of our students. This lady is in the UK. She breeds Labradoodle puppies, and she ranks #1 on Google for Labradoodle puppies Derbyshire. I'm probably saying that wrong. Also has a good Google business profile there. Havamalt Puppies Virginia. This student of ours is in the top 3 positions on Google search. Very, very impressive when you put in Havamalt Puppies Virginia into the search engine. Newfie Poo Puppies Pennsylvania, top and #3, position 3 as well. And when I put in USA, instead of Pennsylvania, she's also the top in the whole of the USA. Her website comes up #1, which is awesome. Okay, some more examples. When you type French Bulldog Puppies Indiana, Rick Jen, who's another one of our students, comes up on Facebook. Her Facebook page is #1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her website's #5 position. It's excellent. When you go Akita Puppies Ohio, Hickory Ridge Akitas is one of our students, #1 on Google. American Cocker Spaniel Puppies Washington, Domestic Life Cocker Spaniels, her Facebook page, and there's her website down there, the bottom of page 1. Also excellent position, especially for a Facebook page. Old English Bulldog Puppies Ontario, #2 position and #6 position as well. So her website's at #2, her Facebook page is at #6. This is bringing in heaps of qualified buyers to these breeders. So this is how you create a website if you're an elite breeder. I'm going to give you the steps now. First, you've got to choose the right website host. It costs you about $7 a month. Some are cheaper, some are more expensive. We help you choose the right host and what to look out for. Then you choose a theme that you like that can be free up to about $70. Then you mock it up with a clear job description. You've got to actually have crystal clear instructions for your developer, because if you do, you can get it built for around $50 US in 7 days, which is really cheap, a lot better than $4,000, right? And then we help you learn how to create the content and optimize your website. Or if you've already got a website, you can get started straight on the creating the content and optimizing. If you don't have a website yet and you're starting from scratch, you're looking at about 6 to 8 months to start getting to the top of Google. If you've already got a website, even if it's bad, you'll get a turnaround in 6 to 8 weeks if it's been around for a couple of years. Definitely reason to get a website started, even if it's bad, though I should caution you that choosing the right domain name helps a lot there, and you might need help with that. Okay, so if you want to have a waiting list, of the right kind of buyers who have already paid to be on your list before you do a breeding so you can breed with confidence, then you absolutely need a website that works. You need other things too. It's not the only thing. You need to look after your customers. You need to communicate well with them. You need to look after them as well, have good customer service. And you've got to add the right value to your puppies. Your puppies have got to be the best puppies that money can buy. You know, there are things breeders can do which are so easy and cheap or free that can make our puppies worth so much more to the right kind of buyers. We've got to make our puppies blow our competition away and have a great website that works and look after our customers and communicate the value of our puppies really well. Now, if you want to learn how to do that for free, I've got a free breeder masterclass that you can take anytime. It's on demand. It only takes 1 hour to do the masterclass. So just go along and register at elitebreederformula.com/free breeder masterclass. And I look forward to seeing some of you there. And if you would like to learn more and get more help from me, then you can, at the end, book some time with me and I can talk about it, have a look at your website, have a look at your business and see where we can help you and what the best kind of solutions are and best strategies are to help you get the success that you deserve. Okay, well, thank you, and I hope this has helped. Bye for now.